All righty, let's get started. Good morning and welcome parents and family members to our Parent Family Zoom series, part 1. My name is Rachel Erickson. I am the Assistant Director for Accepted Students in Bearkat Orientation, and I will be hosting you throughout this 2-part series. So if you are obviously here with us today, it's because we have invited you to join our series. Your student may have joined us at one of our virtual orientation sessions, or may be joining us for our last 2 virtual orientation sessions later this week. And we know that we were unable to provide a parent and family virtual orientation for those sessions, but this 2-part Zoom series is what we hope will help provide you some guidance, some resources, and get you as a parent and family member connected, and get you some resources just to help your student transition here in the fall. So whether your student is a transfer student or a freshman, we're hoping to help you out today. So we do have a handful of presenters that will be working with us today, and then 5 different presenters that will join us in our next Zoom series. We'll talk about that at the end of our presentation. So for today, we will just go ahead and get started. So again, my name is Rachel Erickson. I am the Assistant Director for our program. Our office works with your student at the point of acceptance through Bearkat orientation and in their transition to the fall. I also have another individual here helping out today. She'll be helping answer any questions in the chat and any questions at the end at our family panel. So Evie Cobarubias, our orientation team leader, please give a wave. Thank you, Evie, for being here. Evie, give us a quick introduction of your major, your classification, and where you're coming from today.
Hello, everyone. I'm Evie Cobarubias. I'm a senior now at SHSU, double majoring in criminal justice and psychology with a minor in sociology. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I'm the orientation team leader, which means I've had the privilege of training all the amazing orientation leaders who basically gave out all the information at orientation to the students and parents as well.
Thank you, Evie. So today's session, we'll hear from various campus partners, and we'll also have this recorded and we'll post it later on our website in case maybe we Zoom through something and you're trying to take notes. You can always refer back to our recording a little bit later. So our first presentation, we're going to hear from Bearkat Bundle. So we do have a couple of folks that are going to be giving the presentation. I know Miss Holly from the bookstore is here, and I believe Miss Amy Payne is with us. So ladies, I have your presentation up, take it away, and I'll just click through whenever y'all are ready.
Absolutely. So again, my name is Holly. I work for the University Bookstore here on campus. So what we're going to talk about for the probably next 10 minutes is the Bearkat Bundle and what that is for your students. So the Bearkat Bundle was created really to optimize the cost of textbooks, to try and drive the price down as much as we possibly could, and to really help you budget so you know exactly what your textbooks are going to cost each semester. So what the Bearkat Bundle program does is all course materials for a flat per credit hour, and the savings is up to 50%. Provides course materials to students on or before the first day of class, and applies to all undergraduate programs. So right now this really wouldn't apply, but it does not apply to graduate programs at this time. So how does the bundle work? So students are automatically enrolled in the program each semester. And one of the questions I usually get from parents is, why are they automatically enrolled? So when we're outsourcing for 17,000, students in textbooks, we're able to get the cost driven down from the publishers. And it's why we're able to offer this program at the cost it is to you. One thing about this program, you're either all in or you're all out of the program. So let's say you have 4 classes and you have 3 classes that have a book and the last one does not have a book. I would encourage you to price that out to see whether it's to your benefit to be in the program or not, because we have some books that are going to be $200 to $300 per book, and then it is shown as an additional fee on your student account. So it won't show up in your tuition fees, it'll show up as a separate fee on your account. Some important dates to remember: your student probably has already gotten the welcome email. So we started sending welcome emails out 35 days prior to the start of class. Right now we're sending out verification emails. One thing to remember about the verification emails, they're going to send a verification email out to your student every other day until they take action. Please make sure, if they're going to be in the program, to go ahead and verify. If they're not going to be in the program, please have them go in and opt out. If they don't opt out, there will still be a charge on there. So just make sure that they're doing that. just make sure they do it. And they have up until the 12th day of class. So I have sometimes where students will opt out, they'll go back and price it. They'll look at the syllabus and see what's needed. And a lot of times it is cheaper for you to be in the program, and they can opt back in. So they can opt in and opt out as many times as they'd like up until the 12th day of class. Let's say that your student does, one of the great things about this program, if your student has a schedule change, you're paying per credit hour. So if you have a schedule change and you switch to another class, there's no additional charge to you. What you will need to do is, once they make that schedule change, another verification email will go out. Your student does need to go in and verify the materials in that class. Now this takes about 72 hours, because once you go in and you make the schedule change, it'll update overnight on the school side. The school will send us a file, and then you'll need to go in and do the verification again for the updated course materials. If they're in a class currently that has books, they will need to return those books back to us. So what's included? All course materials like access codes, any of your printed material, all of your loose leaf books, some things that are not included. Like if a faculty member recommends a book, that's not going to be included. Sometimes they'll recommend like an APA style book, goggles, dissection kits, calculators, things that you're going to be used multiple times over and over and over that we consider consumables are not going to be included in the program. It is a rental program, so your student will be responsible for returning those books at the end of the semester. You can highlight, you can write in them, and there's no additional charge for that. We get this question from parents sometimes. Let's say that your child or student, gets a book that has excessive highlighting in it. We'll be happy to exchange that book. That's a question that comes up a lot, is if there's excessive highlighting. Sometimes we get books in, I can't even tell you what the student was studying because the whole book will be highlighted. So if you have a book that has excessive highlighting in it, I'll be happy to exchange that book for you. And then at the end of the semester, if you do want to purchase that book, you'll be sent an email showing you how to purchase that book, and you can purchase that book at the end of the semester. Most of our access codes are going to be directly integrated into Blackboard. So your student will log into the class and look at all of their digital material there. A lot of the ebooks are going to be also digitally integrated into Blackboard. So the faculty member is what controls the way the content is delivered. So if they turn it into us, if they want a print copy, then it'll be a print copy. If they turn it in as an ebook, it'll be an ebook, and then it'll go through Blackboard, and you'll just simply log in the class and the course material will be there. So how do I receive my Bearkat bundle? Typically, once you do the verification, it'll be ready within 24 to 48 hours. Right now, we are focusing on shipping orders just because we have had such an influx of shipping orders, and most students will not be on campus until the 14th. You can pick those up the weekend of dorm move-in. We'll be open that Friday from 8 to 5, that Saturday from 8 to 5, and that Sunday from 4 to 7. They can ship them to you for $6.99. The closer we get to class, I do recommend that you pick them up. Shipping just currently, I don't find that it's completely reliable right now. We ship through UPS, and I just want to make sure that you're getting your books here when you need them. And as a freshman, I have had freshmen that we have the books shipped to them at home and they've left the books there, but they can pick them up the weekend of dorm move-in. So how much does it cost? So the Bearkat bundle is $23.75 per credit hour. So I like this. I've had 3 kids in college, 2 that are fixing to go, and I like the fact that I can budget for this. So I know exactly what my textbooks are going to be every semester. There's no guesswork in it. One thing about the program, they have to opt in or opt out every semester. So it's not a one-time opt in or opt out. You do need to make sure, but you know exactly what you're going to spend on textbooks. Now remember, this is a combination of print and digital. So if your student gets to class and says, I don't have a book, I don't have a book, make sure they're checking Blackboard, because more than likely it's digitally integrated. They're going to log into the class and they'll see all the information there. So this just gives you an idea of, like I said, what it's going to be for 12 credit hours, $285. Your average savings is about $234 on that. It's about $71.25 per 3-hour class is what you're looking at saving or spending, I'm sorry. And then there's a website on the university site. It's shsu.edu. Once you click the fast link, you can go to Bearkat bundle. Here, there's more than 10 pages of FAQs that you can go through. You can also opt in or opt out right here, but you can go through and find out different things, about the program, how much it's going to cost, what does the bookstore pay for? What happens if they opt out of a class? Just different questions. If you have, you're welcome to email us at any time. If you go to the bookstore's website at shsu.bncollege.com, at the bottom, it'll say contact us if you have additional questions that you'd like for me to answer. So again, these are just FAQs that you could answer. What kind of questions do you have that I have not answered? And here's all the information. So one thing that we say, so there's a Bearkat bundle office here on campus, and then the bookstores on campus. So Bearkat bundle related questions would be like, why is this charge on my statement? What does this mean? What am I being charged for? If you have a specific question related to your order, like when is it ready to be picked up? Have you received my order? Have you received my rentals? Those questions would come directly to the bookstore. So there's two, it doesn't, I mean, we're going to take the questions regardless, but this just kind of tells you where to direct the questions to, so you know where to call, where to email, so we can get you the quickest answer.
Do we have any questions for Ms. Holly at this time, y'all? Okay. Well, if not, again, y'all, here is the Bearkat bundle and the bookstore contact information. Thank you so much, Holly, for joining us today. All right, we will keep going to our next presenter. Our next section is going to be on the Newton Gresham Library, and we have Miss Fabiola here to present with us. So Fabiola, in just a second, you can go ahead and go. Folks, if you have any questions at any point throughout the presentation, feel free to drop them in the chat and we'll do our best to answer them. And then Fabiola will take questions at the end of her presentation. Go ahead, Ms. Fabiola.
Good morning, and welcome to Sam Houston State University, and this is a presentation on the Newton Gresham Library. My name is Fabiola, and I do marketing and events for the library. So if you haven't visited Sam Houston State University yet, this is the library, and this is the second floor entrance. There is only one entrance of the library, and this is it. We have a first floor, and people usually refer to it as the basement because it is kind of like underneath. It looks like the basement. But the second floor is kind of the main floor, and it is what's opened like to the public on the circulation desk and everything. In 2020, we gutted out the library fully on the first and second floor. All the furniture, everything, the furniture was as old as probably like the oldest person that worked at Sam Houston. So we wanted to have a more inviting space and kind of get with the times. And now 2021, this is a rendering of what it looks like in the library. And this is not one of those, you know, what you see, what you get, and then, you know, it's totally different. This is exactly what it looks like. This is the Academic Success Center. Some of their tables are actually whiteboard tables, so you can like do your work in the library on the tables, which is really cool. And on the second floor, we have a Starbucks and a computer lab as well. So our prized possessions at the library are our librarians. So what's a library without librarians, right? So what's really cool about our librarians is that they are designated to each college. So if your students are a part of the College of Business, there's a librarian there for them. Humanities and social sciences, these are their librarians that are designated to them specifically. So if they have a question, they aren't gonna, you know, just go find a random librarian. No, there's a librarian for their college that'll help them specifically with their research and their papers to get the help that they need. So you're probably looking at this like, okay, what am I supposed to do with all these pictures? It's just for presentation purposes, but there is virtual support. So we have something called the Ask an SHSU Librarian, which is a live chat, and it's open during the hours of the library. And it's at this website. So what's really important is this website, library.shsu.edu. And there, this tab, it's orange, it'll be on the right-hand side. You'll go ahead and click on it, the student will click on it and type in their name and ask a question. So like other forums and other Google links, you'll go and ask a question and you won't get a response between 24 to 48 hours. But like I said, with our live chat, you can get a response within minutes. So that's really cool. And we also have our book search on our homepage. So there you can go type in any book that you want to search up and see if we have it. And if we have it, you can go check it out. It's honestly a great resource for the library. And then on our third and fourth floors, we have more books and quiet study spaces. And if you click on it, you'll see some of the spaces. On our fourth floor, we have special collections in the university archives. And that's really kind of like a small museum is what I call it, because you can go in there and you'll see some artifacts from way back when, like in 1600s, 1800s. It's really cool. And on our third and fourth floor, we also have instructional materials and children's literature collection. And there you'll basically find tools for primarily the College of Education. If there's a presentations, because most of the students are learning to become teachers, they'll have the materials there for their needs. And then we also have a music listening room. So if you're interested, or your students are interested in classical music or any music kind of like in particular to the state of Texas, we probably have it in our library. So if they're interested in that, we have that there. Another really important part of the library and orientation is how much does it cost to print, right? So our black and white printing is free, which is not the standard at most universities. So that's a really huge plus. And also our scanning is free. So sometimes if a student needs a book, sometimes even a textbook may be in the library, they can scan it at our scanner for free and create their own book for them to take home with them and move forward for free. So that's a big plus. The color printing is 25 cents, color scanning is 25 cents, and black and white copying is 10 cents. And at our circulation desk, we also have laptops for in-building use. So if your student has left their laptop in their dorm or their charging cord isn't working, it's really cool because they can just go to the circulation desk and rent out a laptop for the duration of their day and the duration of their time studying. So this is our student jobs opportunities, and this is a link for you to find all the student job opportunities on campus, not just the library, but this is specific for the library. And this is one of our students, and she goes around asking other students, how is it that they like working at the library? And it's kind of hard to hear, but now that we're virtual, we may be able to hear it a little better. I hear no sound on my end. I don't hear any sound. Wait, we can. Okay.
So sorry, let me see if I can share my sound. Let's try this again.
Hi, I'm Macy. I am a senior and I've been working here since I was a freshman, and I work in the director's office, and I really love working here because the hours are so flexible and everybody here is really nice, and I love all my coworkers.
I like working here because the staff is really nice and it's pretty fluid with scheduling, and it's pretty easy. You just do what you have to do and your staff will love you for it.
I really like working here because it's an environment in which I can get my homework done if there's nothing other work to do, and it's a calm environment to work in.
Hello, my name is Chandler Pivito, and I am a student worker here in the music listening room. We have a very wide and extensive collection of early to modern music, and I really appreciate the variety and density of our collection. Because
I like working here because I work with great people and we're all super close, and it's really nice work environment, and there's really nice flexible hours to work with all of our schedules, especially when it comes to finals.
So I don't know if you could really hear, but basically to summarize it, they love the schedule, they love the flexibility. One of the student workers said that she liked that there was no paperwork, and she just said that, you know, she loves working with the staff and they're super close. So it's a really great tight-knit community here at the library, and it's a super flexible position. It's a slow-paced environment as well, so it's not too fast, and it's great when you're first starting off and you're studying and you're doing your studies. So I think it's a great place to work. So remember that, take a picture, screenshot the website in order to find the different student job opportunities. And so if you have any questions, this is the time to ask. And if not, if you have any questions a little later, you can always go to library.shsu.edu/ask-a-librarian. Or if you have any questions, any general questions, I'm not a librarian, but I do work in marketing, you can email me at flj005@shsu.edu, and follow us on our social media, SHSU Library, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you.
Thank you, Fabiola. She'll hang out here for just a few minutes. Does anyone have any questions regarding our library services? All right, if you want to drop them in the chat, go ahead. Otherwise, we will go on to our next presentation. Our next section will be with our services for students with disabilities. Their director, Kelly Osborne, will not be here with us today, but Erica Castleberry will be here to present. So welcome, Erica, and let's get started.
All right, hello and welcome parents of our new Bearkats. We're very excited to be able to present to you today from our office. I am with, as Kelly said, the Services for Students with Disabilities. Our director, Mr. Osborne, was unable to attend today, so he had me come in his place. We strive to promote equal access for students with disabilities to educational programs, services, and activities here at Sam Houston State. We afford students with disabilities the opportunity to reach their full potential by providing academic adjustments and auxiliary aids and services, promoting independence and self-advocacy, and making referrals to the support services on campus and in the community that may be of benefit to that student. We also seek to foster a supportive and inclusive environment for our students with disabilities by building and maintaining partnerships with our faculty and staff so that we can appropriately refer students as needed, promoting disability awareness here on our campus, and also providing consultation services and outreach programming to student disability issues for the Sam Houston State community. Students with appropriately documented mental or physical impairments that substantially limit one or more major life activities are eligible for SSD services. Now, these are just some of the examples. They're not limited to these, but we serve students with ADHD, learning disabilities, students on the autism spectrum, traumatic brain injuries, other psychiatric disorders, visual or hearing impairments, orthopedic impairments, and various other medical conditions. Examples of services that we provide include, but are not limited to, test-taking accommodations such as extended time on exams and testing sites with reduced distractions. We do have a testing suite here in our offices in the Lee Drain Annex building, and we also offer testing rooms down at the Woodland Center. We also assist in providing volunteer student note takers, access to adaptive technologies such as video magnifiers, assisted listening devices, and screen reading and magnification, text-to-speech software, and voice recognition software. We also help students by providing alternative textbooks, which include audiobooks and electronic books. We also provide sign language interpreting and captioning services for deaf and hard of hearing students. And we provide consultation and referral services. Keeping in mind, accommodation decisions are made on a case-by-case basis that are supported by the student's documented disability. So that documentation is going to be critical in the process of getting the services. Okay. All right, to request services, you must complete the online intake form available from our student portal on the SSD webpage, which is www.shsu.edu/disability. We also ask that you submit disability documentation to our office that is consistent with the general documentation guidelines posted on the SSD webpage. Then you would schedule and complete a disability intake appointment with one of our SSD accommodation counselors. There's myself, and there's also Ms. Morgan Lutz, and as I mentioned, our director, Mr. Kelly Osborne. Students with disabilities are encouraged to register with our office upon admissions to Sam Houston State. Untimely requests can result in delays in the receipt of services, so we encourage you to have your student contact us and begin the process sooner than later. And here's our contact information. We are located, as I mentioned, in the Lee Drain Annex, which is directly behind the Farrington building and catty corner to the Estill building. We're not in the lead drain building. We're annexed to it by a walkway. So I always stress that. And of course, our main number is 936-294-3512. And our email is disability@shsu.edu. If at any time you have any questions or any concerns about the services we provide, I encourage you to please reach out to me or one of our other disability services counselors, and we will be happy to assist you. Does anyone have any questions?
Okay, well, Erica, thank you so much for joining us today. If you want to hang around for a couple more minutes, if anyone would like to put any other questions in the chat, she would be happy to answer any of those at this time. Otherwise, we will keep our program going. Our next presentation is actually going to be a pre-recorded presentation from the Assistant Dean of Students. Her name is Lindsay Lawher. She's going to present to y'all today on the Office of Parent and Family Relations. And this presentation is largely going to focus on how their office helps support you all as parent and family members and how we can get you involved and engaged with the parents and family of the Bearkat community. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. If y'all have issues hearing the presentation, please wave at me. Evie, help me out and make sure that the audio is working correctly. Here we go.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Parent and Family Relations portion of your new student orientation for parents. My name is Lindsay Lawher, and I am the Assistant Dean of Students here at Sam Houston. And I work in the Office of Parent and Family Relations. And myself and my co-part, Dr. Chelsea Smith, are the two people that are over this area, and we do a multitude of other things on campus with student programming, events, lots of fun stuff, but we really enjoy getting to work with parents. So today I want to walk you all through just a few resources available to you as parents of a student here at Sam Houston. We have a ton, so I want to walk through a couple, and then anything you have, any questions you need answered, anything to follow up, please feel free to reach out to us at any time. The email for our office is parents@shsu.edu, and our phone number is 936-294-2714. And then all the information, I'm going to screen share, show you our websites. All of our contact information is available there as well. So if you can't remember that, but you can find your way back to the website, you will be able to connect with us. We are here. One of our primary things we do is we are a liaison for you here on campus. So if you're not sure where to start to help point your student in the right direction, you don't know what office to call for the problem you're facing or some information you need, please start with us. And that's we are happy to help get you to where you need. So without further ado, I'm going to go into just a few resources and share my screen. Okay, hopefully everybody can see that with me. Let me grab this little bar so it can be out of my way. Okay, so here we are on the main Parent and Family Relations website. So the actual address for this, you don't have to remember this big long URL. It is shsu.edu/parents with an S. So here's kind of the main landing page that you can go to and get some general information related to what we do, our mission, vision, and values, and then also our contact information, as I mentioned down here at the bottom. I want to call your attention to a couple of resources we have specifically related to parents that they're often asking about. And one of those is called a parent Bearkat account. So it is located right there. I will go back one step. It is located right here on this main drop-down menu. What this parent Bearkat account does is here at Sam Houston, we have a thing, well, not just Sam Houston, at all universities federally, there's a law called FERPA that says we cannot give you any information about your student now that they're an adult and now that they're here. So in order to find out certain information that you may want to have access to, their class schedule, their enrollment verification, whether or not they paid their balance, your student will set you up a password for a special parent Bearkat account if they choose, and then you will be able to log in and get that information. So that is what that tab right here is for. Make sure to talk through that with your student, see if that's a good fit for you. and you can connect there. Another thing I want to highlight is Cat Safe communication. So with Cat Safe, your student, if there are emergencies on campus or anything, breaking updates, let's say there is a chemical leak somewhere on campus, or there is a hurricane projected to come, or there's any kind of up-to-date emergency notifications. That is what Cat Safe is about. So your student, when you go here, your student can click in, and when they're doing it, when they're logged in on their MySam, they will be able to add your phone number or your email, so you can be able to get notifications when those things happen. However, if your student doesn't want to add your information to their account, or they don't get around to doing it, as you can see, we're on the website, this banner at the top, it can be yellow, it can be red. Cat Safe notifications are posted right here on the website as well, and they follow you through any page you're on. So if you ever can't get the information from your student, you can always check here if you're wanting to see if there's anything reported that's happening on campus at that moment. So those are a couple of very important things. Down this whole drop down, there are other things. We have a lot of resources in the Dean of Students office. If your student gets into any sort of trouble while you're here, the Dean of Students office is an advocate for your student and processes discipline and works with different issues of that nature. So just know about that. But the big thing I want to talk about today is we have this thing that we just got within the last year called Campus ESP, which is our parent engagement platform. So right here on this button, you can sign up for your free account. So when you sign up for your account, you create a username and password, and that will go in and give you access. I will show you. Here's what the portal looks like. So when you get into the portal, we're able to drop you news, announcements, any number of interesting articles that you may find as a parent will be submitted here. A lot of times we share Today at SAM articles from campus. There's articles related to just parents of college students from other sources. And then sometimes we drop information from our office directly into this portal. There's a list of resources, and there's our contact information. Once again, you get important dates and deadlines. And then what's neat too in here is you can share out any of these things posted on different platforms. So this is definitely, you want to get signed up. We're able to advertise things like right now we have welcome care packages that are going on leading up to school. You can click there and buy your student a care package. And then when we have Bearkat Family Weekend, which I'll get to in a minute, you will be able to sign up. We'll have a click in campaign right here in the portal. You can sign up for that as well. So I do want to draw your attention to Bearkat Family Weekend. That is a great time to come back and visit your student once they have been here on campus for a little while, and come back and have a really fun weekend. You'll want to visit our website, shsu.edu/weekend. Our registration will go live August 1st, but you can save the date right here, October 8th through 10th, and plan to come back and join us. Once our registration goes live, our tentative schedule and all the other information about that event will be listed at that address, shsu.edu/weekend. So outside of the free parent portal, which you definitely should create a login and get plugged in for, I want to highlight the program I'm particularly over called our Parents Association. So here at Sam Houston, we have an SHSU Parents Association. Our link to this page is shsu.edu/SHSUPA. SHUPA is how it looks. So you'll go to this page, you can watch, we have this awesome video here that gives some parent testimonials. It also shows great footage from past Bearkat Family Weekends if you're a little curious of how that event looks. I would encourage you to go watch, it's a couple minutes long. And then I'll get back to how to join in a minute. But we have a ton of benefits. You should definitely become a member of the Parents Association, because by you being a member, your student gets scholarship opportunities only for students whose parents are in our association. We give out $10,000 annually. There's a membership discount card. So when you come back to campus to visit your student, you can get discounts around town at local hotels, retailers, and restaurants. You get a parent t-shirt. You get a window cling decal, you get personalized newsletters. So we feature Family of the Month every month, and we have a lot of interesting stuff just applicable to Parents Association and some on-campus news as well. Those are emailed. And then we have an awesome resource called our closed Facebook group. We just started this past year. It is a good place where parents can get parent-to-parent connection. So any kind of questions you have that you just want other parent feedback on, and particularly parents who are here at Sam Houston, that's a great place to ask questions. Is what my student is experiencing is normal? We're thinking about an off-campus housing their sophomore year. Does anybody have feedback on apartments in town? Things of that nature are so great to plug in and connect with other Sam Houston parents. And through that closed Facebook group, there is a lot of question and answer and feedback that is given. And also it's fun to make connections with other parents who are here that can transition with you in your journey to becoming a collegiate parent here at Sam Houston. In addition, we have volunteer opportunities. You do not have to volunteer to be part of our Parents Association, but we do have opportunities throughout the year if you do want to come to campus and do a few things with us. So the important thing is you need to be in the free parent portal, which the link is on this page as well, to be able to join the Parents Association. So when you're in the portal, here it shows my membership is expiring because I'm a currently active Parents Association member, let's say. But if you weren't, right here it should say SHSU Parents Association join today, and you would just click there. And when you click there, you'd be able to go down here and you fill out all of this contact information. Make sure you fill out your t-shirt size. The memberships do contain up to 2 adult supporters of the student and cover any enrolled students that are here. So it can be mom and dad and stepmom, mom and grandma, however you want to do it. If you only have one parent that you want to put on the account today and you're not sure about the second person, you can definitely do that. You can add a second person later, but if you do know both, please go ahead and put them so we can get the membership cards mailed out. So you put all that, and then our options are your annual membership is $60 a year, or you can do a 4-year membership for $190. So, but the big thing to remember is we don't do any discounts or refunds or anything of that nature. So a lot of people choose to start out with the annual membership as a safe bet, and then we will send you renewal notices in the summer to get you rejoined and replugged in. So make sure to fill out all this information and choose your product. And when you choose your product, you'll select and check out. You'll go to a payment page, you'll submit your payment information, and it will direct you back to this portal. So one important thing to note is once you get all of this information done, your parent t-shirt, we do not mail that. We will mail your membership card and your window clean detail with your welcome letter. You can expect to get that in a few weeks of joining. But your parent t-shirt, you'll get information in that letter of where to send your student to pick that up. So your student will be able to pick that up on campus when they're here and be able to bring that home for you when they see you, or if you come visit them, you'll be able to get it from them then. So that is the main information about the Parents Association. Once again, it is through the general parent engagement portal that we have here at Sam Houston. The only other thing I want to highlight before I let y'all go today and move on to some other information is our general parents Facebook. This is a public Facebook page. So I would really encourage you, if you're active on Facebook, to go follow our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/SHSU parents. And we post a ton of stuff on here. We do a Tip Tuesday where we're talking about parking was this week's Tip Tuesday. We post good video content. So I did some lunchtime live sessions this past year where I hosted different professionals from around campus, and we talked about things that are resources that are helpful for your student. All of those are archived. You can go watch any of those if there's a certain thing on campus you're interested in learning more about. And just good information. We're talking about Tripod here, the chatbot on campus. There's the parking permit information. We highlight different things going on with our office, family of the month, etc. So please go follow along in that Facebook and stay with us throughout the year. So I'll stop my share. So thank you so much for listening today. I know I went through a ton of information very quickly. We have limited time here, but please feel free to follow up with any questions you may have. We are here to help you. We're here to help in this transition. Our email is parents, again, with an S, @shsu.edu. And our phone number is 936-294-2714. So thank you all for being with us here today. Thanks for doing virtual orientation. We are so excited to welcome you to the Bearkat family and to Sam Houston. And we look forward to seeing you at Bearkat Family Weekend in a couple of short months. Thank you.
Okay, so that concluded the section of our Parent and Family Relations Department. Does anyone have some questions about the Parent and Family Relations Office? Evie dropped their contact information into the chat a little bit earlier. So again, their email is parents, PARENTS @shsu.edu, and their number 936-294-2714. Okay, if there are no questions regarding the Parent and Family Resources and Association, at this time, Evie and myself can take any questions that y'all might have regarding your students' transition to Sam Houston. Again, today we were only covering Bearkat bundle and the bookstore, our library services, services for students with disabilities, and our Parents Association. Next Wednesday, August the 11th, actually, we'll do our part 2 of our Parent, Family, and Zoom series, which will talk to student activities. So how your student can get engaged in all the events and engagement opportunities on campus. We'll also talk to student legal and mediation services at that time. And they can help your student in a variety of ways, whether it is dealing with like their car lease or getting a little bit of insurance for their residence hall or apartment, all the way into maybe having a will written for them. A lot of good information from their office. The Student Alumni Association. So their office will talk about how your student can get involved in their organization here on campus and how it can help them network for the future. Dining services. So we all will have their department here to answer any questions about your students' meal plans, Bearkat bucks, or dining facilities on campus. And then lastly, our Academic Success Center. So how to get your student connected to resources, academic resources, peer mentors, tutoring opportunities, all that good stuff. But again, if you have any questions regarding the presentations today, or maybe your student still needs a little bit of help transitioning throughout the rest of the summer months before the first fall, the first fall semester is going to start on August 16th. Is that right, Evie? First day of class, August 16th. So a few short weeks. So if your student has any questions or you have any questions, let us know at this time. Otherwise, we also have our resource that is our acceptance student mentors. So if your student still needs to talk to someone, our office does host one-on-one Zoom appointments. Your students can use this QR code or visit our website, shsu.edu/accepted. They can schedule this appointment, and one of our student mentors would love to meet with them, provide them any overview or insights and resources into transitioning to campus. But I'll stop chatting. If anyone has questions at this time, go ahead and let us know. Drop it in the chats or unmute yourself and just ask away. Yes. So Carmen asked, where are we going to post the recorded meeting? We will update that to our website. So Evie just dropped in the shsu.edu/accepted link. You can also find it on that very same website. So if you scroll up just a little bit in the chat, you'll see our link there. But that again is shsu.edu/accepted. And there'll be a link that says parent resources. Any other questions at this time? All right. Well, Evie and I will stay back for just a couple of minutes. Here's my contact information once again. Our office's email, orientation@shsu.edu. Our phone number, 936-294-1782. We also have our Instagram @SHSU Orientation. We are always posting lots of good information. We keep our website up to date. But thank you for joining us today on our part 1 of our Parent Family Zoom series. Please make sure to join us for part 2 on August 11th. It'll be the same Zoom link, and you'll get another reminder the day of, but it will be again 11:30 to 12:30, and we look forward to joining you all. So thank you all for joining us, and have a great afternoon.